Hey guys, I'm obviously wearing a sarong for those of you who know and are watching this. No, I obviously don't know how to tie it or tuck it or whatever you're supposed to do, so no making fun. I'm trying, okay? I actually found this in the garage. It's been missing for the past year, but we just rediscovered it, so I'm very happy to have found it. But I was just thinking as I was cleaning out the garage and reorganizing shelves and basically, getting everything ready to move. I'm in the process of moving from California back to Georgia, so it's a little bit of a big move. You have to pack up a lot of stuff and think about, what's going to happen to it now. And I just realized that no matter how old I get or how many times I moved, it's just always a process. And no, I'm not talking about packing up the stuff in boxes, of course, whatever. Everybody knows that. I'm talking about the internal process that I go through every single time. I am not even that sad about leaving this place. This was kind of an interim spot for me, and it was a good spot while I needed it. But I still find that I will need to say goodbye to this place. And a lot of you will understand what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody else still says goodbye as much as I do. But I will probably literally end up driving around to a lot of the different places that I visited while I was here, even though it's not that amazing out here, I don't think. And I didn't get to know a lot of people. I did make a few friends. I will make a point of stopping in and saying goodbye, just like any normal person. But the difference is what's going through my head. I'm basically closing a chapter. And it sounds the same as when anybody else moves, but if you're like me, you know what I'm talking about. You're closing a chapter that you know you'll never be able to go back to. It's that same thing where you were in a certain place at a certain time with certain people, and you know it will never exist again. A lot of people can move back to the same town and kind of almost just remesh with everyone. But I know I'm not going to. And so it's much more final for me. So I was just wondering, how many of you guys know what I'm talking about, first of all, and how many of you still go through that mental process where actually I am the one that needs to be able to pack up the house. I feel like it's a lot of work, but I need to do this because it allows me to mentally process, and it gives me the time I need. And I get to see each thing that gets packed away, and I know for a fact where everything is. And it's kind of like the process of packing is what's really going on in my head. It's actually happening physically, and everything is getting put in all of the different drawers in my head. And without that, if I just leave a place and somebody else takes care of all the pieces, I will always feel slightly chaotic when I remember that move. And I will never quite have all of the pieces in my head after that move. I'll never quite know what happened to this thing and that thing. And I'm very attached to certain ideas and objects because knowing where things are is how I maintain my stability to some degree. So I was just curious, how many out there know what I'm talking about? How many of you still go through this? And how severe is it for you? Do you find that you're just able to process as you pack things up? Or do you literally have to go around and visit everyone and spend a few moments in each place saying goodbye to the grass, the weeds, and the trees, and the butterflies? How severe is it for you? How hard is it still? How many years have you been back? I'd really love to hear from all of you guys. This isn't really just about me talking. It's about trying to be there for the rest of you guys and to understand what you guys are going through and being all together in it. So, I hope to hear from you guys, and I'm out. Have a good evening.